Alright, Tier 8 of Lamborghini Miura Championship course. This is going to be the 50% completion reward tier. So by winning 2 gold trophies, we should be able to add another 10 gold to our stash. Now if you want to go on further, you can go maybe a tier longer, like tier 9, but then in terms of the gold reward that you can get, you're gonna have to put more gold into the car. So at that point, I feel like you might as well go all the way. And well, here, let's get started and we'll talk while we race. So first we got Autocross at Red Bull Ring National Circuit. I think the target was 43 seconds and change. So I have a dilemma, of course, because I already own the car, so I don't necessarily have to complete the limited time series to gain anything. And if I were to go for 100% completion, then I have to invest some 256 gold, and for that I'm really going for 50 gold discount on that, which equals to be slightly under 20% discount on those gold upgrades, right? Which is not exactly a very good discount rate. It's better than nothing, but under 20% discount is, I wasn't paying attention here to the timer, but the point being that any discount under 20% is, I don't know, for running through a limited time series. I suppose if I got some gold upgrades when we had this limited time series in the past, well, basically the limited time series for this car in the past, and to run through it again this time, then perhaps the accumulative gold rewards might make it a little bit more worthwhile. I remember the Clash of the Classics, the series this car's featured in order to 100% complete, you can use Miura, but it is more expensive car to use than Shelby Cobra, I believe, is the better option to go with. It's cheaper to upgrade that car to meet the PR requirement for series completion than this guy. So, you know, that's my dilemma, which is it worthwhile upgrading this car to meet the PR requirement to complete the series and spend some 256 gold where I get 50 of it back? You know, I don't know, because we need to get just about every upgrade except how many upgrades are available on this car? 35 or something like that, and I think we need, or 34 upgrades I believe they're available, and we need to get 31 of them, right? So that is a lot of upgrades to go on this car that is essentially not terribly useful car for your career progress. The car itself is not featured in any main career series, if I remember correctly. It's featured in single bonus series in Legend section. So yeah, that's my question mark. Anyway, I will complete this tier, definitely this series, this race, 3 kilometers. I'll run 3 kilometers for extra 10 gold, but beyond that, I'll probably, as I was saying, wrap up this tier by completing the final cup race. But we'll have to, I'll have to see if I want to press on any further beyond that, you know? We shall see. course, just cover 3 kilometers, right? So we got 1K down, so 2 more to go, and we got about a minute left. I think that should be enough time, right? Especially going down this faster section of the track, heading into Brooklands. Alright, almost 2 kilometers. And we got another 35 seconds or so before, we got 1 more kilometers to cover. And I think, of course, the track opens up. Don't brake here. Come on. Keep it going. I think we can make this. There we go. 3, 2, 1, and there we go. Right on it. So, of course, that is the second trophy in Tier 8. We don't have to actually race the cup race to claim the 50% completion reward. So if you are not planning on spending any gold and you just want to net a few gold, 15 to be exact, then you can do that by, of course, stopping right here. Get 2 gold trophies in Tier 8, and that should be enough for your 50% completion, which is here 10 gold, plus of course we claimed 5 for 25% completion earlier. So there it is. Now there's 35 more gold available in this limited time series, but in order to get that 35 more, we need to spend upwards of 256. Now if you think about it that way, that sounds terrible. You know what I mean? We already got 15. But as I was saying, I'll finish this cup here at Catalunya. 2 laps at Grand Prix circuit. And since I have enough upgrades to complete this tier, although there really isn't any more gold rewards left on this event, unless I put more in, which, you know, is not really exactly a reward, is it now? So this is where the net gold positive ends, and from here on out, if you want to continue on, you will end up with less gold in your bank than before you started. Now, with that being said, if you don't own this car, well then, if you don't own the car, I think the answer is pretty simple. It is more economical to run through the series and win the car for spending some 256 gold, because obviously then you end up with the car that is worth a lot more than 256 gold for free, and on top of that you get some nearly 20% discount on all the gold upgrades that you get on this car. So in that case, getting a free car just makes it worthwhile, you know what I mean? But my dilemma, of course, is the fact that I already have the car. You know, which complicates your calculation. That is, if the name of your game that you're playing is, you know, how to increase your gold stash. As many of you guys know, I am not lacking gold at any point, at least these days. well, I haven't. I've had a pretty good amount of gold for last few. Let's see, maybe I want to say around 20. I used to play a lot more. Around 2015, 2016, and partly 2017, and I kind of slowed down after that. And my progress has been, let's see, I started in 2013 when the game was originally released. And then, of course, I didn't know any better at the beginning. So, and the payout for gold wasn't all that great initially. And then, of course, they restructured the game and they increased the payout. And when they did that, 2015, why is that year so significant? That is because that's when I just went ahead for the 2015 LMP1s, because that of course unlocks, well, back then it unlocked the main farming race, 24-hour 10-lapper, which paid quite a bit of fame points. So pretty much that's pretty much just about all I did on this account, was just run the 24-hour circuit just about every day, sometimes multiple times every day, which meant you level up very quickly. And also, because you're running the same race a lot, you're not spending any gold. You just keep any level up gold that you get, you're keeping it, you're pocketing it, right? So, and while you're doing that, you run these special events without spending any gold, if at all. So you're increasing your garage without spending much gold at all, which was my strategy. And because you're running the same car, same circuits so many times, well, you get kind of good at that too. You know what I mean? You're essentially practicing. So that is my strategy. And of course, you know what? Soon enough, maybe I will start yet another account from scratch, right? Like whatever we start with, like 20 gold at the beginning, right? And oh no, not paying attention here. Anyway, I'm thinking maybe I should start yet another account. That is account number 4 of mine. But that one, I'm not interested in making any career progress or leveling up or anything like that. I might dedicate that account for one purpose, and that one purpose will be running weekly time trial and maybe doing online multipliers with loaners only. I mean, if they have, like, I suppose, free car offer, maybe I might buy a car or two. Well, if you get them for free, that's not really buying, is it now? If they give it away, okay, fine, I'll take it. But, you know. Oh, and another, aside from the Le Mans 10-lapper farming race, team events. Yeah, if you can dedicate some serious time in one of those really high payout team events, you can run solo. If you can grind it out, like let's see, overtake used to be pretty good, but then, you know, I feel like, because with overtakes, if you have trained your bots well enough and you know exactly which race to run, and if you have some oh gosh, you gotta run at least 12 hours plus if you wanna get some gold, land good gold reward. Yeah, I know, that's a lot of time. And if you can pull that off, you can increase your gold by quite a bit. Because I'm talking running solo or possibly with a very small group of friends, like maybe with 2 of you guys or maybe 3 of you guys. So let's say there's a top 200 rank gets 200 gold, let's say, just for example, right? It doesn't have to be overtake, but overtake used to give you, if you knew exactly which race to run and you've done your workup bot training, that just gave you the edge, because you don't need a lot of racers to score high, you know? So you can score basically what multiple racers would be scoring. See what I mean? Then you kind of level the playing field in your favor, or maybe it's not leveling playing field as much as you gain significant advantage because you're able to overtake a lot more than what everybody else is doing. So you alone are lifting a lot more weight, which means you can score significantly higher and much faster, which lands you at a higher rank while without having to share your prize with a lot of people. Because, you know, the team capacity is 20 racers, right? And if you cannot find 20 dedicated racers, you might feel like there are some freeloaders in your team. If you guys are good friends, you don't care, you don't mind sharing, and you kind of trust them enough that they'll do their share in other times, then, you know, not a big deal. You know, there are things more important than this game. But if you're just, you know, team is filled with random people that are just like hopping around team to get gold, and maybe you have an issue with that. I mean, where I am now, I don't really. That's why my current team, MGO1, is populated with just mostly random people that I don't really know, and that's okay. At some point, I might just kick them out just so I can refresh the people that come to join my team. But then again, I'm not really, you know, spending a whole lot of time racing team events either. But back to my point that I was making earlier about running in grinder events with small number of racers, if not completely alone. Then let's say 200 gold is the team reward, not to mention whatever like extra 40 gold that they reward you for hitting a certain target. If you're running solo, that is 240 gold from one event. That is pretty good, you know? And of course, if you're super good and, you know, you better train on doing the time trial, weekly time trial, then of course there's always 300 gold per week on the line. So that is another way to focus on your effort, and that's why I'm thinking about, like, with the possibility of another account, if I ever decide to make one, then I will, obviously you have to get up to, I cannot remember what level you have to be, like level 15 or something like that, in order to actually be able to do weekly time trial. And I think online multiplayer requires a different threshold that your driver level needs to be. So that'll be the bare minimum that I will actually put in. But I am contemplating sort of starting out a whole new series of videos based on just doing that. Not interested in any career progress. Limited time series, I might actually do just a Racing Dollar Upgrades Alone series and just pretty much stop after that runs out, no gold invested. So I don't know what people, if people might be even interested in seeing those. But the like my weekly time trial on a loaner series do get a pretty, better hit than most of my other videos. So that's why I'm kind of thinking maybe that's something that you guys might watch. But anyway, so next tier we got PR 24.9, and then tier 11 is what we need to get past in order to claim the 75% completion reward of another 15 gold. But yeah, my current PR is 24.5, so I cannot even get past the next tier. So yeah, is this the end of the road for me, at least for this limited time series? I don't know. I'm gonna sit on this for a little bit, so stay tuned for more videos, possibly from this limited time series. We'll see. So we'll find out together then. If you see more videos, then it's gonna be the next tier, and I might have decided to go complete the series. But at this point, as I'm making this video, I'm kind of on the fence about it, and I do have a few more days to decide. So maybe I'll focus more on online multiplayer and weekly time trial this week. Anyway, thanks for watching and indulging my yapping here. So, alright, take care, guys.